Hello class, my name is Sarai Romero and today I'm going to be speaking about mad cow disease, prompt number 2. So mad cow disease is the progressive neurological disorder in cattle that is caused by prions. Not much is known about prions at the moment, but we do know that the way that they enter the body is through their misfolded shape. And they are very unique and they have the ability to transmit themselves into a protein. So mad cow disease is also known as bovine spotchifort encephalopathy, also known as BSE. So so mad cow disease is the human form of this disease is called Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, or CJD. It is also a fatal brain, disease. And so what both of them do is both in a sample of tissue between a cow and human brain tissue, and have both been infected with these brain diseases, they will cause little empty holes or little gaps in the brain. So in humans, the symptoms of CJD could include dementia, sleep disorders, and schizophrenia. For cows, the symptoms are actually loss of weight, even though appetite may remain the same, unbalanced movements, uncoordination, weird or abnormal behavior. So the disease itself causes brain loss mass and causes the brain, or what's left of the brain, to look spongy due to the destruction and the damaged proteins. Currently, there is no cure for mad cow disease. There is no treatment. There is no surgery that you can undergo to get rid of it. The way that humans can be infected is through the consumption of contaminated meat. So if a person eats infected meat, then the prions, since the prions in the cow itself, prions are found primarily in the brain or spinal cord tissue from the infected animal. So as soon as the person eats this and becomes infected, the prions spread throughout the body, primarily the nervous system. So another thing about this is that the disease can remain dormant in the body. For cows, it can be anywhere between 2 to 8 years before they even start showing any type of symptoms of the disease. For humans, the disease can, like I said, the disease attacks the nervous system, and it can potentially, lead to death. These people can suffer from things such as seizures and stuff like that. The first major outbreak was actually in England, in the United Kingdom. It was in the 1970s. There was approximately 184,500 cases of mad cow disease. At first, they were not really sure what it was, but after thorough examination through examination of the tissue, the brain tissue of the first infected cow, they were able to determine what it was. Okay. So here in the United States, we have about 6 cases that are known. What the USDA does is they regulate and they ensure that all the meat that is processed is at its best condition and free of any parasites or diseases. So I actually found a chart on the CDC website, which talked about BSE cases identified in the United States, and I noticed that Texas was actually on there. So the first case was actually in 2003 in Washington State, and the most recent is actually in 2018 in Florida. So for Texas, it was in 2005, and if you go to the CDC website, you can actually find a link to the final report of how or what was the outcome to that. Like I said, it is a neurological disorder that can be very fatal and potentially lead to death.